If you're making YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, or any videos where you're present, you must learn to film yourself. You might not always have the luxury of shooting with others, and even when you do, they might not do the best job and it might not be up to your standard. So that's why in today's video, I wanted to share my tips, my tricks, and my secrets on how to shoot good, solid solo B-roll. And just before we dive into today's video, I wanted to share with you one piece of advice that has stuck with me forever, and that is to always shoot more than you think you'll need. You do not want to come home from a huge shoot, come home with like 10 to 15 clips, think you've got enough, when in reality, you've got a 10 to 15 minute voiceover you've got to fill with B-roll, and let's be honest, 10 to 15 clips is just not enough. This is going to be crucial when you're moving forward. Always shoot more than you think you need, especially when you're by yourself, and especially when you're going to places that you might not be easily able to revisit. All right, with that out of the way, let's start shooting some solid solo B-roll. Well, good morning and welcome to Kintamani, Bali. I thought I'd bring you guys out here today on this beautiful sunrise mission and go through some ways to film yourselves. So the way I'm gonna run you through this is I'm gonna cover this in three parts. We're gonna have wide shots, drone shots, and detailed up close shots. We're gonna first up start with wide shots. So wide shots are pretty easy to set up, but they require patience. Without these shots, your video is going to be full of holes, and they're absolutely crucial for good storytelling. Now these wide shots are usually here to help you tell the story of you getting from A to B. You walking through the shots, you driving through the shots, or maybe you walking out to a grand landscape to tell the story of you just getting here. Regardless, you're gonna need a tripod and you're gonna need to set it up, and this does require patience, like I said. You're gonna have to set up the shot, walk back behind your shot, or drive back behind your shot, and then drive through your shot, and then come back, pick up the tripod, and then pack up, and then move on to your next shot. These things require time. These wide shots will add so much to your video, and you can also get wide shots, for example, of you, say, taking photos, of you packing a bag, whatever the case, they're pretty easy to set up as you just set them up, take your shot, pack it up, and move on. There's not much to it, but they add so much to your story. In saying this though, your video can't just be full of wide shots, and that's why we're gonna move on to drone shots. These are fun. Drone shots, in my opinion, are probably the most enjoyable, the funnest, and possibly even the easiest way to film yourself. See, the thing is, you can either just pop the drone up, set it, and forget it. You can get it to auto-track you, or if you're feeling just a little bit spicy, you can try and fly it by yourself as you're doing something. Now, don't get me wrong, you can't do these drone shots everywhere, but the places you can, it is 100% worth it. I think the absolute key to get good drone shots by yourself is to just mix it up and stay fresh. You don't want to keep getting the same drone shot of yourself over and over and over and over again, because it's not going to look exciting, it's not going to keep the viewer engaged, it's not going to look good. So just do your best to get a wide range of shots, use the follow mode, set it and forget it, and also try and follow yourself while you're doing something. And believe me, you will have better videos and you'll be able to tell a much better story. Now, I guess this kind of goes for all the shots we're talking about today, but especially the drone ones, and that is to keep in mind that you are going to use these shots in other videos. I mean, all the shots I'm using today, I haven't shot today, like absolutely not. This is not the location of all these shots, so just try and do the best job you can shooting these, because chances are you're going to use them down the line. What a morning. Okay, and last but not least, the last kind of shot I want to cover are detailed shots. Now these really help piece together a story and make a great video. And what I mean by detailed shots is more of keys going into ignitions, pulling a camera out of a camera bag, whatever the case, whatever detail shots play well in your video. Now these are usually better locked off on a tripod, shot just a little bit tighter, and hopefully you can use a low aperture to really emphasize subject isolation. And by the way, a tilty flippy screen, one of those little rotating screens, are absolutely crucial for these. You want to make sure you can see what you're doing, and you want to make sure what you're filming looks good. Alright, so this is more of a video about what shots to get rather than how to actually shoot them. I'm sure you guys already know the basics of video. If you don't, please check this video out here. I kind of run through the top 4 things I wish I knew before starting video and how to get started. But with these 3 key shots in mind, and when you piece them all together and you get fairly creative about how they actually work in your videos and how you actually shot them, believe me, filming yourself will have never been easier. You've now got absolutely everything you need to start shooting B-roll by yourself. And I know I've said it before, but I am going to say it again. Please, and I cannot stress this enough, shoot more than you think you need. All right, let's get home. Someone to come along on shoots with you is the only thing holding you back from starting a YouTube channel or creating online content, I get you. For the longest time, I had absolutely no one to go on shoots with. It was all done by myself for probably the first few years of anything I tried to do. It was all solo. But fortunately now I live in Bali, where there are a plethora of online creators and videographers and photographers I can go and shoot with on nearly a daily basis, which is an absolute blessing. But in all honesty, I wouldn't have changed those first few years for anything. Nowadays, I can go out and shoot whatever I want, wherever I want, and get exactly the shots that I want up to my standard with no issues at all, purely from all those years of shooting by myself. And that is something that nothing else can teach you but going out and doing it. So guys, I hope you've been able to learn something from today's video. I hope it's been able to teach you exactly what you've been after, and also maybe inspire you to go out and shoot some solo content by yourself. But guys, I'm going to be wrapping up today's video here. If you have made it all the way through, a like down below would mean the absolute world. If you're new around here, subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. And as always guys, I will catch you in the next one. Peace.